Morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, readers of all persuasions. It is I, Gayla, and welcome back to Book Uncorked and Caffeinated. And we are here for another book haul. So my last book haul was in April. Not that I haven't been buying books, but my official video book haul was in April. And so now I have another one for May. It wasn't super intentional, but a lot of great books came out during this month. And there were books on my anticipated read list and automatic buys, author buys, so I was going to get the books regardless. I'm not on a book buying ban, don't care to be. I have all the books. I need to organize the books better, but this is what I'm here for. So I'm starting off with a little coffee from New Orleans. Sip coffee, read books. I'm having a slow Saturday morning. I had a hell of a week, and so I'm happy just to be able to just ease into my Saturday. I have a lot on my agenda because it's Memorial Day weekend, and I have a 3-day weekend, and have, time with friends, and my friend's birthday is today, literally is today. Then I'm going to see the Parental in Brooklyn. Then I have all the things. So it's a lot going on. So I'm happy to ease into my morning with my coffee. My coffee is French praline from New Orleans, and I got some books from New Orleans when I was there. So let's get started. Let's take a sip. And let's get started. So one of the books that came in April, came in May, the latter part of April, beginning of May, was Struck Speechless by Tati Richardson. And I pre-ordered this book, and for some reason it has some shipping issues, but I'm so happy to have it. She is doing I think a 5-cent series, like Hair, Sight, all of those things. Her first one was Losing Sight. And the reason why I like these books by her is because they talk about middle-aged love, and I'm a middle-aged Black woman, so I like to hear the perspective of romance from a particular lens. And so this is an automatic buy for me. Whatever she comes out with a book is going to be bought. So start off the haul with Struck Speechless by Tati Richardson. Then the next one came towards the latter part of the month as well. And I got this from Barnes and Nobles. I did like a pre-order order 1 week, so I pre-ordered the books, got some percentages off, and then every time the book comes in, I get the notice of it and I go pick it up. So The Art of Loving You by Natasha Bishop. This is the second book in the Forever Falling series. Only for the Week was the first one. I actually have 2 copies of that. I got the original copy and then the Barnes and Noble publication copy, because I wanted to match this one. So this was the next book that I purchased. And then we have some other books that were bought in April. So these are the books that I bought when I was in New Orleans. So I bought them from a bookstore, Black-owned bookstore called Baldwin and Cole. And so I had to actually get a Baldwin book. And I'm actually trying to just get all of his things. I've read some stuff by him, but I'm really just trying to immerse myself in getting all of his back catalog. So this one I got was The Fire Next Time. And so that was the first book from Baldwin and Cole. The second book from Baldwin and Cole was Zora Neale Hurston, Tell My Horse. So this was the latest one. And this introduction is done by Henry Louis Gates Jr. And then the last book was something super interesting to me, because when I read this author's work, it was the first time I've actually heard of this author, and also my first read by them. And that first read by them was James by Percival Everett. And this one is titled Walked Me to the Distance. I have no clue to what this book is about, but I want to start getting more into his books. He's becoming, like, not saying he wasn't a thing, but he wasn't a thing for me. He's a new author to me, and I like his work, and so I'm going to read more of it. This looks less intimidating, so I thought I would start here. And so those were the books from when I went to Baldwin and Cole in New Orleans. Then I got back and I made a TikTok, a reel about these 2 books. So J.L. Seegers is also a new author to me, and I am reading the New Haven series. And so I went to the bookstore. No rhyme or reason, was just in the bookstore wasting time because I was meeting a friend to go to the movies, and the bookstore was like 2 blocks away, and I had like 30 minutes before even meeting her, even before the movie started. And so they were just sitting on the shelf, just perched, waiting for me. Restore Me, which is the first book in the series, and Revive Me Part 1, the act, was sitting there. and this one has the sprayed edges. And I wasn't looking for a particular book that day, so these were like super treats for me. And so that's that. And then these are the books I actually bought in the month of May. They were anticipated reads and wants and authors. And so the first one I got was The Daisy Chain Flower Shop by Lori Gilmore. This is the Harbor series, and I have all of them. It's so funny because I started out with the pumpkin spice cafe, and I'm a pumpkin spice girl. It was around October-ish, November when I got it, and I was like, oh, this is cute, let me get it. These books look super innocent, look super YA. There is nothing YA about these books. These books are hot. So this is the next one in the series. I think this might be the last one. I think this is book 6. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, this is book 6. And so I had to get it. I had to see what happens. In each of the books, it talks about another character that was in the books and expound on their story. So I got that. Then that same day, I got Honey by Imani Thompson. And To Kill and Get Away with It. What could be sweeter? That's what it says on the inside. And so Imani Thompson is a new author to me. And so I had to get it. And everyone was raving about this. Oh, this was like an anticipated read for a lot of people. And then next, A Harlem Wedding by Tiffany Warren. I was so anticipating this book. So I mentioned in a couple of videos back, a few videos back when I did Harlem Rhapsody. If you read Harlem Rhapsody, you have to read this. Because it introduces these two people. And I'm not going to tell you who they are because I really want you to read Harlem Rhapsody first and then follow this up. A Harlem Wedding. This is going to be a super interesting story. But I actually got this book because I went to the book talk here in New York, in Harlem. Tiffany was there. I mean, well, obviously she was there, but it was like a whole weekend of events. And I was only able to go to the jazzy after work part that Friday, which was cool. She was there. She's super cool. Everyone's dressed up in their Harlem Renaissance garb. So I'm looking forward to this. I'm probably going to read this summer because I really want to follow up with the story that was introduced in Harlem Rhapsody. And then just this Tuesday, my girl came to New York again. So this is my second time seeing Ms. Kennedy Ryan. She's in hoots. She's an awesome person in general. And she just always has such joy about her. And I will forever go see her if she's in the area, or if I'm somewhere and she's gonna be talking about her books. She's awesome. So I got The Score. This is the Harlem exclusive edition. I got that. Actually, I have another one of these coming. So I ordered from 2 different bookstores and I didn't realize it. There was a bookstore, I think, in Chicago that I ordered from, and then there was another bookstore in Brooklyn, and I ordered it from Brooklyn because I wanted to support this Black-owned bookstore, and I didn't realize. And when I got home the night after the night of the talk, this was waiting for me. So I have another one of these coming, and because I'm an overachiever and I want all of the things, and no one's gonna tell me not to have all of the things, I bought the one from Barnes & Noble as well. This was a different color. This is the Barnes & Noble edition. And I wanted to purposely get it. I know, a lot of authors don't get treated like she does. Her books was readily available, mass production and stuff, but I still wanted to buy it from Barnes & Noble to let people know in the Barnes & Noble's corporation, let them know that we still are into her books. So I got it from an indie bookstore, and I got it from Barnes & Noble, and I got both covers. And it's ironic that I have so many copies of these because I didn't particularly enjoy Real. Even though I got it, the book girlies love it, but I didn't particularly love it. But I love her enough to be like, all right, this one-off is not going to make me feel any kind of way. So that was that. Then this last week, I was in Barnes & Noble again. It was a very nice day. The Barnes & Noble I went to in my area had a cafe. So I sat out and did some work. And then I went inside just to look. And so I've been going back and forth whether or not I was gonna get this book, Love by the Book by Jessica George. It's new. Jessica George is also new to me. And it says, friendship is the love story you can count on. And so this was like a most anticipated read on most people's book list. And so I purchased that. And then lo and behold, I'm walking up the aisles and Revive Me, Part 2, The Affair. I said, was I not going to get this one? So I'm all in with completing this series. Every time a book come out, I'm going to complete it. I'm actually right now reading the first one in the series, Restore Me, which is really, really good. I'm really enjoying my time with it. But I noticed I haven't done a physical book in a very long time. I've been doing mostly audio books. And so I want to get back into my physical books because I have too many not to read them. But this is taking me a little longer, only because I only read it at night when I get home. So I'm like halfway through now. So my goal this weekend, Memorial Day weekend, I have Monday off. My pool is opening up, so as long as the weather is nice, I'm gonna step out of pool. But my goal is to read this, finish this, at least by Tuesday, the latest. But I really want to finish this because I want to go into the next, the first part in Revive Me. So that is the book haul for the month of May. I have a lot of books, and it's okay. I'm not gonna apologize for feeding my mini addiction of books. I'm not gonna even call it addiction. It is what it is. It's a hobby of mine. I love reading. I've always loved reading. I say this every few videos because I don't want to make it seem like I'm just buying books to buy books. Yes, I buy some of the popular books, but there are books that I don't often get to talk about and I read because I just read all the time. I've always been a reader. Even the librarian where I grew up knew me because I was always the kid, you know, not fussing around in the library, actually sitting down, reading books, checking out 5 and 6 books at a time and actually reading them and bringing them back and all of the things. It's just that YouTube has made it easier for me to have a community of people that like to read as much as I do. So I love it. Yeah, it's been a great journey. It's almost been 2 years of me being on my channel, which is crazy to me. But I enjoy this space. I enjoy doing these videos once a week. I enjoy my family and friends that be like, "Oh, girl, I saw your video." I also enjoy the community that I'm starting to have. There are quite a few people that comment now and drop in the chat, and I correspond. I like to make a purpose to answer people. So it's been an enjoyable experience. That being said, drop in the chat any book that you bought the month of May so far. And because we still got some time to go. I don't think I'm buying any other books because it's May, 23rd? So I don't think so, but you never know with me. But drop in the chat a book stack. Drop a book that you bought or drop a book that you would like to read that's on my list of books I bought, or also drop a suggestion. I'm going to start reading suggestions, so I'm trying to gather the suggestions from people who drop them in the chat. Yeah, enjoy your Saturday. Do all of the things: like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you in the next video. Deuces. Bye.